These are the 2 best credit cards that help you rebuild your credit card with absolutely no hard inquiry ever. Let me first start off by saying you don't need crappy credit cards like First Premier, Open Skies, Credit Ones, the Indigo cards. There's so many of them that are being offered to you by Credit Karma, and you're getting them in emails or you're getting letters in the mail saying, hey, we're gonna offer you this credit card. And it's probably one of the worst credit cards that you don't need to actually have on your credit profile. Now, the big question is, why don't I get those cards, Mike? Well, because they all usually come with fees to give you absolutely nothing. And some of them actually don't have fees, and people are like, well, it's perfectly fine. Well, no, they're going to lock you into a lower limit credit card, and that's not what we want on our credit profile. Because let's be honest, nobody teaches us how to use credit cards. Nobody teaches us how to actually manage their credit score, what a credit score means, how to actually manage your bank account. None of those things are actually taught to us. I grew up in poverty. My family was poor. Nobody had good credit. Nobody had credit cards. So I unfortunately had to learn the hard way. So this is exactly why this video is important for anybody that's rebuilding their credit or they're just simply trying to move their credit score up. Because I'm gonna tell you the do's and the don'ts and what you should actually be doing to increase your credit score consistently. Now listen, I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody out there, but the fact remains that a lot of influencers on every platform are saying, oh no, you gotta get this starter credit card. You gotta get this credit card because it's just a stepping stone. No, it's not just a stepping stone, because this is a crazy fact that a lot of people never talk about because they don't want you to know the truth. Once you close an account on your credit report, if you close a credit card, after you close it, it stays on your credit report for up to 10 years. Yes. It's pretty wild. So people are like, well, what if I just delete it? No, you don't want to delete it because it has positive payment history. So once you actually get those credit cards, they're anchored onto your credit report for 10 years. So of course, the next biggest thing, the biggest mistake that people say and make is they say, well, I'll just close it. Well, think about it like this. If you close a crappy credit card that's been on your credit report for up to 5 years, maybe 10 years, I've seen that actually happen, or even just 2 years or 12 months. What happens is you open a new account and you reduced your average age of credit. Then you closed it, you remove that limit from your credit report, and it's going to drop your credit score. Now your credit score will rebound in about 6 to 9 months, but it's gonna vary from person to person depending on what your age of credit is on your credit profile and how much actual available credit you have and how many different types of credit cards, credit accounts, installment loans, all those different types of factors can determine how long it takes to actually get your credit score to start to actually increase again. So before anyone comes into the comments and asks, well, what do I do if I want to close it, Mike? This is the part where you're going to have to make an adult decision and decide on your own. Okay, do I close it and then take the hit and start rebuilding my credit? Because if you're in the process of actually rebuilding your credit, in my personal opinion, now this is not financial advice or legal advice, and I'm not an attorney, but understand, if it was me and I was rebuilding, I would close all the crappy credit cards and be done with them. Because remember, they're gonna stay on there for up to 10 years. Or you could just leave it here for the rest of eternity, knowing that I'm going to pay $100 of annual fees every single year for the rest of my life to completely have a useless credit card. Yes, a completely useless credit card that you're paying an annual fee for. Now you wanna make sure that you watch this until the end, because the second credit card is one of my favorite cards for anyone that needs to rebuild their credit or is just getting into the credit card game because it's very easy to use. There's no hard inquiry, and there's $0 that you need to spend in order to keep this active on your credit reports. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Now, the first credit card on the list is going to be the Capital One Platinum card. Now, this is the credit card right here that is one of my oldest credit cards. I've actually had it forever, and it finally got upgraded after I started the entire process that I teach all the time because I know it's effective, but I didn't use the credit card. That was the biggest problem I had. So after I used it properly, what they did is they took that Capital One Platinum card and they upgraded it to this, the actual Quicksilver card. And now I actually have two because I was added on as one as an authorized user. So I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do with two Quicksilver cards now? But guess what? I don't have a low limit anymore, and that's the most valuable thing about this. Now, a lot of people talk trash about the Platinum Capital One credit card, and because they say it's trash because they don't give you your deposit back and they never upgrade you and the credit limit stays low. Well, the real problem is people don't know how to really use the credit card properly. Like I said earlier, I didn't know how to use a credit card properly. So if you're not getting upgraded and your credit limit actually stays low, well, you have a problem. You're just not using it properly. Because again, let's remember, nobody taught us how to actually use credit cards. But it's also very important to understand that the relationship with Capital One is very important because Capital One is one of the largest subprime lenders in the United States. They don't just offer credit cards, they offer auto loans and other products once you're in the Capital One family. And this is exactly why this is a very important step that a lot of people don't take advantage of, because they start off with a platinum credit card and they don't use it properly, and then they let it fall to the wayside because, again, remember, this is an entry-level beginner credit card. Because if you're rebuilding and you have bad credit, Capital One is literally one of the very few banks, if you destroy the relationship and you charge off an account, they'll actually let you come back. No other bank actually does that, but Capital One does. It's the only bank that will do it, which is wild, and I've never been able to understand why, but they just do. Now, the very important part, I'm gonna teach you how to apply. So if you wanna see what credit card you qualify, I want you to go into Google and just type in Capital One, bad credit, or credit cards with Capital One for bad credit. And then you'll see it'll just pop up. Now, there are going to be 4 different actual credit cards that you can actually choose from depending on what they actually offer you, because everyone's offer is going to be different. Now, you use the pre-approval tool and they will let you know exactly what you're pre-approved for. Understand, there's no hard inquiry to see what you're pre-approved. But once you move forward and you say, okay, I want to do the platinum secured card. You choose that credit card and there will be a hard inquiry. But to find out which one you qualify, there is absolutely no hard inquiry. Let me repeat that again. Just to see what you pre-qualify for, there is absolutely no hard inquiry. You don't get it until you accept it and move forward. But let's put it up on the screen so everyone can see here. I just typed in Capital One credit cards for bad credit. Now you'll see it comes up. The first one that came up for me it says sponsored result, means that Capital One's paying for this. Credit card options for bad credit. See pre-approved offers. We're gonna click on that right there. Now, once we click on that, it's gonna take us to the Capital One website, and you're gonna see there's gonna be a bunch of choices right there. It's gonna ask you what you're trying to accomplish. And pay attention, it says right there, see if you're pre-approved for card offers with no harm to your credit score. You have the Quicksilver, Savor Rewards, Venture One, and the Savor Rewards for students. And if you click on the little button right there, it'll go to all the other ones, Quicksilver, Platinum, Quicksilver One, Savor One, Quicksilver Secured Rewards, keep scrolling, and then there's the Platinum card. There are so many different levels to this actual credit card system inside of Capital One. But listen, if you start at the very bottom, we all have to start somewhere. I did the same thing, so don't be embarrassed. Now, depending on what you choose, you're going to range anywhere from a $49 deposit all the way up to $250 deposit. Depends on where you're at in the credit world or on your credit journey. So understand, it's not going to be the same for every single person. Some people may not even be requested to do a deposit. Now, once you get approved for that platinum secured or just a platinum credit card, you want to use the credit card and pay it off in full every single month. Don't listen to that trash advice out there that says, you gotta keep a balance because they wanna see that you're using it. No, that's the worst advice ever. Those are amateurs that don't understand credit and have never actually worked using a credit repair company to understand how credit scoring works and how credit reports work. Think about this logically. What bank wants you to have debt with them? Because the higher the balances that you owe, the more your credit score drops. And when your balances increase, that means you are a high risk borrower to the actual bank and they don't want you owing them money. Let's give a quick example. I walk into the bank with 0 balances on my credit cards. Okay, all my Capital One credit cards have $0. I walk into Capital One, then my friend walks in there and he owes $250 on his credit card. Now, we both asked for a credit limit increase. Who do you think they're going to give the credit limit increase to first? Or even just upgrade the card to? The person who doesn't have a balance on their credit card, because you don't owe the bank any money. That's what Capital One wants to see. This is exactly how you win when you're in the Capital One family. But once you're in the Capital One family, this is the biggest mistake that everyone makes. And make sure that you're paying attention to the emails that you're getting and receiving from Capital One. Because if you don't upgrade the credit card, when they offer you the upgrade credit card, you may not be able to get out of it. And that's the harsh reality of it. Pay attention to what I just said. They're going to send you an offer to upgrade it in email. So always make any email from Capital One push to the very top of your email list. Ask me how I know, because that happened to me and I've seen it with thousands of my clients. I'm like, you didn't answer the email? It's gonna take us longer now. But it doesn't mean it's game over, because you can, in fact, still upgrade it later, but it might take a little longer. Now, there is a secret, safe, and secure Capital One upgrade link that I'm going to drop in the video description. So if you're looking to upgrade your Platinum Master credit card, or just you never did it, or you're trying to actually upgrade any Capital One credit card, it's going to be in the video description, and there's no hard inquiry to use that link and to actually see if you qualify. Now you click on that link, and once you log in, you choose the actual credit card from Capital One that you want to upgrade. And if you qualify for that upgrade or any other credit card with Capital One, they will let you know. This link 1000% works. If you pay attention to my last video, I covered the entire upgrade process so everyone knows how to properly upgrade their actual Capital One credit cards. And you can see people in the comments saying, yeah, it works. It's amazing. Now, once you're in the Capital One family and you have your Platinum credit card or your Platinum secured, use it as much as possible. And I'm going to say this very clearly, responsibly. Just use it for your everyday spending. I don't mean go use it for things you can't afford and buy things you don't need and get yourself in debt. No, we're going to use it for our everyday spending. So your cell phone bill, your Hulu, your Netflix, all those small things, put them on the credit card and pay off the balance in full every single month. And within 6 to 12 months at maximum, they should offer to give you your deposit back as a statement credit, and then they will upgrade you to a different card depending on your spending habits, because this is exactly what will determine that. That's what I'm saying, use your card. And in my honest personal opinion, the two cards that you should be aiming to get into the Capital One family is going to be the Savor One card and the Venture X. Now, you may get the Savor One or the Savor, or get the Venture One and then the Venture X. You can scale your way up just like I'm teaching you right here, because those are the two best credit cards on the market. The Savor One is one of the best credit cards for cashback rewards, and then the Venture X is one of the best travel credit cards out there. Now, also, if you open up a checking and a savings account with Capital One, this can also make your relationship even stronger. And then if you come down the line, you decide you need to get a car loan or you want to get some other type of lending, you could do all of that within the same house at Capital One. That's what I love about it. The more products you use with Capital One, the stronger you build that relationship up. And you can actually get a really good interest rate with Capital One on an auto loan, because they do have an auto loan program that is amazing. And let's just say, for instance, you're rebuilding your credit and you've got a really bad car loan and your interest rate is really high. Well, you can try to refinance it with Capital One, and they will try to beat the interest rate and get you to a lower interest rate to help you lower that payment and lower the cost of owning that vehicle, which is crucial. And as you can see, being in the Capital One family is one of the most impactful things that you can do, and it can help anyone out there trying to rebuild their credit. And as my homie Jay said, once you're in the Capital One family, you have beaten the game, and now you're back on track and you're doing all the right things. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using DisputeBeast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created, that comes with the 110% money back guarantee. But specifically to Brandon, Brandon's credit score went up 185 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. And Ashley's credit score went up 218 points after just 2 rounds with DisputeBeast. But let's not forget about Julio. Julio's credit score went up 266 points after just 1 round with DisputeBeast. DisputeBeast link is going to be pinned at the very top of the comments and in the video description for anyone that needs to fix their credit. Now, moving on to my #1 and favorite credit card for rebuilding is the Cred AI credit card. The Cred AI credit card is one of the most groundbreaking credit cards that anyone can get. Let me repeat that again. Anyone can get. Even if you're a beginner into the credit card world, because this could teach you how to use a credit card responsibly and never pay any interest or fees or ever get into debt. Listen to what I just said. You cannot get into debt with this credit card. Pretty wild. So if you're someone that's trying to rebuild your credit, or you just got crappy credit, period, guess what? There is no hard inquiry for anyone. That's the best part about this credit card. So it works perfect. Let me repeat that again. Did I say that there's no fees and no interest? There's no fees whatsoever that you're ever going to pay with the AI credit card. Let's be very clear about that. And some of the features, you're also going to get 24/7 phones answered by humans. I know a lot of people still want that these days, and I get it. I understand. But you're going to actually get that with this specific credit card. And it has a massive, massive network of ATMs, over 55,000 free ATMs that you can use if you get this actual card. And of course, the biggest question of all, is it FDIC insured? Yes, of course, it's FDIC insured up to $250,000. But of course, wait, there's more. The crazy part about this card is it's going to report anywhere from a $500 to a $1,500 line of credit to all 3 credit reporting agencies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So let me explain to you and break down how it works. Once you get the Cred AI credit card, you can either put $10, $5, $100, whatever you want on the card, and that's all you can actually spend. You cannot spend what you don't have on this card. So you literally can never get into debt. Let me say that again. If you put $100 on a card, you can only spend $100 on a card. If you put $1 on the card, you only have $1 to spend. Let's be very clear on that. Now people are gonna say it's a secured credit card. Yes, but it does not report as a secured credit card, which is very impactful. So if you're one of those people that are like, I don't like credit cards, I don't wanna be in debt, I don't wanna owe the man money, well, this is perfect for you. Also perfect for younger kids that are just getting into credit and you wanna teach them how to stay out of debt and understand that they cannot spend money that they do not have. And I know, listen, you're probably gonna be asking yourself, but if I don't have $1,500 to spend, why would they put that on my credit report? That's just how the credit card is structured. I can't tell you the answer, but if you don't believe me, I brought proof. Let's put it up on the screen right here because what's better than proof? I don't know anything that's actually better than proof. So let's put it up on the screen right here. This is one of my clients. It's WSFS Unicorn. That's what they label it is on your credit report. Now she only put $25 on it and she has a credit limit of $500. Now they have changed this recently, just be aware of this. Some people get $1,500 or $500. Those are the 2 differences. I've never seen anything in between. And I believe now that they're doing that based on if you're doing your actual direct deposits, because you can actually direct deposit your entire paycheck to this credit card if you choose to. You don't have to, but I'm just telling you, the more money you put on the card, what may actually potentially mean that they're gonna give you a higher limit. But the maximum they will put on the credit report is $1,500. Last part's the most important. Now this is exactly what it looks like on your credit report. Now this client right here is having an issue with Equifax. Equifax has just decided not to report any of their information on their credit reports, so they just had to call them and actually tell them, hey, can you remove the actual block that you have on my credit report for whatever reason? And I think they have a fraud alert on their credit report. So they removed the fraud alert from the credit report and now we're gonna refresh it in another 30 days because you have to pay to refresh it, or you could just wait for 30 days. So once it hits 30 days, she's gonna refresh it and it's gonna be right on the credit report because it does report to all 3 credit bureaus. Now I'm gonna put the link in the video description for anybody that wants to get the Cred AI credit card. I'm not sponsored by them, I'm not being paid by them whatsoever. I just have been using this for I think it's been over 6 years now. I've been talking about this credit card because nobody ever talks about it. Everyone's talking about all the crappy credit cards that actually charge you annual fees, and you shouldn't have to pay any annual fees to use a credit card because remember, you're putting your money into that bank. You're paying them money. Why should you pay an annual fee for a credit card unless you're somebody that travels and is getting a crazy travel reward credit card that makes sense? But even then, like an American Express Platinum card, you're paying $700 annual fee. If you don't use that, that's a huge waste of money for nothing. So if you have any collections, charge-offs, or negative items that you need to delete from your credit reports, make sure to watch this video right here because it's gonna show you how AI will do all the work for you, mail your letters, and it comes with the 110% money back guarantee. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.